Hello and welcome back to Planescape Torment Enhanced Edition with me, Bardon. So last time we left the mortuary and we finished off with a chat with Pox here. So what's that guy doing bashing the wall? So let's have a look around outside. So we've got some people here. Dustman, let's talk to you. This Dustman is dressed in long dark robes and her hands are folded into her sleeves. Her head is bowed and she's chanting at a measured pace with the other dustmen around her. Greetings! Dustman appears to have heard you, but she does not look up. Let's listen to her chanting and see what that does. All the dustmen carry the exact same tone and rhythm. The chant rises to a near shout every few minutes, then slowly fades in a way that reminds you of an echo. Once it fades completely, the dustmen speak several lines praising the true death, then begin their chant again. Okay, well let's just leave them to their chanting then. So who we got here? Hive Dweller, let's talk to you. Okay, so let's see, is that, it looks like a woman, so okay. Lady, strike me blind. I've seen ya before, Cutter, but I never thought I'd see you again. Sigil's smaller than you thinks, I suppose. You know me? She smiles nervously. Know ye? Nay, but like I said, I seen ye. 'Twas last year, late at night, near Anti-Peak, looking for me sister. I was, when ye came tearing past like mad, stumbled and dropped this, ye did, right at me feet, afore running off. I kept it for good luck. Seeing as how fate saw fit to drop it right in front of me, he'd dare. She holds up a wicked-looking dagger. Here, seeing as I've run into ye again, take it back, Cutter. Farewell. Thanks, farewell. That's nice. I've got a dagger, so let's have a look at that.
Maybe I could gut a Dusty.
Who wants to gut a Dusty? So green steel dagger. This slim dagger has been forged out of the famed Batorian green steel, found only in the wastelands of Avernus. This peculiar green ore can be tempered into metal much lighter than normal steel. Can be tempered. In addition, green steel weapons tend to retain their remarkably fine edges and are capable of dealing out more damage than their standard counterparts. Okay, so that should actually be better than what we've got. So let's put it here and then let's equip it. Okay, and let's see what we're going to do now. Let's try talk to this person. There's a mad woman running round here at times. Heard she's a clueless who went barmy trying to find her way home. And then all we get is leave? Okay. Okay, guess see you, buddy. How about you? Frightened Hive Dweller. Hopefully you're not frightened of us. Well, you're running away. You see a man in tattered clothing. As you approach him, he suddenly stops and begins to look around frightened. Greetings. The man looks startled, then takes a step back. Eh? What do you be wanting, Cutter? His voice is shaky, and he seems taken aback by your scars. I've nothing on me. So as I don't, and me rags are not worth the trouble. Calm yourself, I'm not here to rob you. I had some questions. He keeps a safe distance and his eyes dart from side to side, as if expecting something to step out of the shadows. Questions, he said. Eh? What might those questions be? Can you tell me about this city? What do you want to know about Sigil then? What is this place? To city adores the cage, place where all doors lead to and from. Center of the plains, and gets most of the backwash from all places too. Some say is there everybody ends up at one point or another. City of Doors? Eh? Aye, you see, Cutter, the city is... He frowns as if struggling with the words. The city's got a batch of doors scattered through it, and you see the doors... He frowns again, then sighs. The doors? Let me rattle me bone box with a little more sense. You see, there's doors all over Sigil, but they don't always look like doors. They're more like portals, see? And they can be just about anything. A window frame, or a picture frame, an archway, a barrel hoop, a space between a table's legs, or a statue's legs. And you're saying all these things are doors? He frowns again. Doors, portals can be anything that's closed on all sides. It's hard to tell where they are unless you got the key to the door. That how you get there, Cutter. Through a door. What makes you say that? Well, you don't act like you're from round here, Sigil, see? What are those keys you mentioned? Each door's got a key, which makes it open, see? Most times you won't even know a door's round here, unless you got the key. Then the door opens, and you can step through and take your chances. Trick is, how I was saying that doors can be anything. Well, so can keys. They could be a tune you hum to yourself near the door, a thought you be having about pastries, or a little jig you do. Or maybe the key's an object, like a piece of glass, or a cobblestone, or a broken tooth. Anything. Sounds pretty confusing. You get used to it, you do. Where do all these doors in the city go to? He shrugs. Doors can go anywhere, Cutter. Some don't even lead to the same place twice. You see, such is the way and number of the doors that they lead to almost anywhere in the plains. Anywhere. It's just that there are so damnable many of them. It's hard finding one that takes you right where you want to go. Before you asked if I came through one of these doors. No, we already did that, didn't we? Yeah. I see, I had some other questions. Can you tell me about Sigil? Let's see, we've already done that. Okay. Can you tell me about these slums? Eh? He looks at you wearily and his brow furrows in confusion. What you wanting to know about the hive, Cutter? Why is it called the hive? He looks puzzled. I don't know. He looks frightened that he doesn't know the answer. Mess of streets, mess of people, mayhaps? What's around here of interest? It depends. Depends on what you find interesting, Cutter. Okay, so let's start with looking for a good time. Yeah. I'm looking for a good time. Yeah. Well, he licks his lips. There's the Smoldering Corpse Bar and the Dusty Bar, though you don't look the Cutter to be drinking bub with the Dusties. And all the other places around here is just dangerous, so be on your guard. Where are the places you mentioned? Well, the Smoldering Corpse is a few blocks spineward, southward. of the mortuary, and the Dusty's bar is just a little to the south and west of the mortuary. Okay, I had some other questions. Can you tell me about the hive? What's around here of interest? I'm looking for work. He thinks. Precious little, eh? Honest. Work to be found round here, Cutter. You can hunt some brain vermin for some coppers. Pass them off to the branch office of vermin for some jink to hear tell, but messing with the brain vermin's dangerous work. Though, you can also gather some deaders around the hive. Take it to the mortuary for some jink. Brain vermin? Aye, nasty little critters. He bares his teeth like a rat. He looks pretty foolish. Alone, they're barely nothing at all. It's just when brain vermin get together, they get all smart. The more of them are around each other, they start getting as smart as a human. He shakes his head. Nobody in their right mind wants that to happen. Hazard to everyone's health it is. What other work is there in the hive? Okay, let's see. Where's this branch office? It's next to the hive market. Go spineward. That's south and west of the mortuary. 3 or 4 blocks and you'll dead end into it. The rat catcher's miter out in front. Can't miss it. I had some other questions. Okay, do you know someone named Farrod? Name's not one I know, Cutter. Who's he? He's a collector, I think. He thinks. Well, then he most likely has his kip in Ragpicker Square, then. You might want to look there. During the day, that is. Not a nice place at night. Where is this Ragpicker Square located? It's a few blocks from here. Go west from the mortuary as far as you can. Go and you'll run into it. Careful when you're around there though, Cutter. The collectors there don't always wait for a body to die before collecting on them, aye? Got it, thanks. I had some other questions. Okay. I'm missing a journal. Have you seen one, or do you know where I might find one? You're missing a what? He looks confused. No idea where you'd find such a thing, Cutter. Alright, farewell. Let's leave him be. Okay, now, Bane the Sender. Okay, let's go say hi to you. You see a heavy-set man with sharp features and a pained expression. Despite his huge frame, however, he has an effeminate look about him, and unlike the other residents you've seen, he looks to have bathed recently. As you approach, he looks up hopefully and calls out in a high voice. Crannock, good sir. What? Eh? His hopeful expression dies as he studies your face. 1,000 apologies, good sir. If I have given offence. He gives a slight bow. I am called Bane the Sender, third child of Dane Bane the Sender, Die Bane the Sender. I am one of the many runners in the employ of the House of Senders. No apologies necessary, Bane. What do you want? 1,000 apologies for troubling you with such a trivial matter, but I see Craddock, an overseer in the hive. Bane looks like he is in pain, but alas, he eludes me. He looks at you hopefully again. Could it be you have heard of such a man? No. I'm sorry, I haven't. Bane gives a deep sigh. I am bound to deliver a message to him, and as yet, fortune has chosen not to favour me. I could help you. If I come across the man, I could pass along Your message. Bane face lights up like a lantern. Oh, fortunate day for Bane and the House of Senders. Any assistance you could provide would be most welcome. If you can find this Craddock and pass along the message, I shall see to it you are paid for your trouble. Alright, what's the message? Bane recites the message almost like a mantra. The shipment must be incursed by the third day or there will be a penalty. Bane frowns. I am told that Craddock will know of the shipment to which the message pertains. If I see Craddock, I'll pass along the message. Is there anything you can tell me about him before I go that might help me find him? He is said to be a giant of a man, stern of features, that he is an overseer in one of the hive marketplaces. Alas, I know little else than that, good sir. I see. That's enough to go on for now. Bane bows. Thank you, good sir. Should fortune favour you and you are able to bear the message to Craddock, be so kind as to return and tell me of it. I will see to it your efforts are rewarded. Very well. Farewell, Bane.
Updated my journal.
Okay, so it's definitely worth talking to him. Now, who we got here? Hive Dweller, Dustman, Harlot. Okay. Angry. Okay. Why are you angry, sir? You see a man in old and tattered clothes. As you approach him, he makes a detour to avoid you and keeps walking. Greetings. The man ignores you, begins to walk faster. Sir? He turns, glancing briefly to the right and left of you, as if looking to see if you have any friends with you. He draws a dagger. You'd best leave me be, or you'll be wearing the steel tween your ribs. Calm down, I just had some questions. He scoffs. I'm sure you do, and I have no answer for the likes of you. Piss off. Oh, what a dick. Let's just leave him be then. Get out of our way. You said to leave me alone. Okay, now let's talk to the harlot. You see a tired-looking woman dressed in a tight leather bodice and leggings. The odor of cheap perfume surrounds her like a cloud, and her face is covered with a mask of crude makeup. She smiles as she sees you. Why don't you stay and chat with me a bit, love? Greetings. The woman looks coyly at you. Now, you look to be a blood who's lost something. Mayhap I can help you find it, Cutter. She smiles slightly. Oh? What? Oh, this is more that's going to try and do a woman's voice. I was going to say do a woman's voice. Try to do a woman's voice. So let's try to remember Mort's voice then instead. What good fortune! We probably lost what we're looking for back at your kip, miss. So what do we do? So Mort obviously wants a good time. Maybe you can help me find what I'm missing, miss. Her tone becomes businesslike. Aye, love, but there's the matter of a finder's fee. I see. How much? Some coppers for a glance at what you're missing, and 10 coppers to actually find what you're missing. Forget it, I had some questions instead. The woman frowns. I'm not a tout. She frowns and rubs 2 fingers together. Unless you got some jink to pay for my time. I can pay. How much? For a handsome basher like yourself? She gives a wide smile, revealing a row of dirty teeth. 3 coppers will be enough to loosen me tongue. She licks her lips, then frowns. Other questions of a deeper chant will cost you more, though. Sounds fair. Here's 3 commons. Aye then, she slips the jink into her palm where it promptly vanishes. Now, there were some other things I wanted to know. So what do we actually want to know? I'm looking for a journal. No idea where you'd find such a thing, love. You might look elsewhere, she smiled suggestively. I know some places you might start. Never mind, farewell. Chief, can you sport me some jink? It's been a long time. It has? Okay, well, as I said, Mort seems like he wants a good time, so let's allow him. Well, I suppose it can't hurt. The woman breaks in. It's twice the cost for the mirror or any other degenerate. Mimir? Mimir is a talking encyclopedia. That's me, Chief. I see. Well, don't sweat it, Mort. From the looks of her, I'm probably saving you from dying twice. May a pox shrivel your innards. You have the stinking fashion sense of a goat herd, and you're twice as ugly.
New taunts, alright.
Mort stares, hypnotized, as the harlot lets loose a stream of obscenities. At the end of the verbal avalanche, Mort is silent for a moment, then turns to you. Wow, Chief! Got a few more taunts for the old arsenal. He turns back to the harlot, who is catching her breath. I'm also in love. Okay, let's leave. So that was good for Mort at least. Oh, the post. This seems interesting. This filthy looking corpse is in sad shape. Its shoulders are slumped and one of its legs is broken, causing it to lean to one side. Stains cover it from head to toe. Judging from the smell and the texture, the stains run from rotten fruit to mud and bird droppings. To add to the indignity, graffiti has been carved into its body, and several notices had been nailed into its chest, back and head, or its chest, back and head. I thought I was in bad shape. Don't all those nails hurt? The corpse makes no response. Okay, well, let's examine the corpse. Despite the many stitches, the corpse's rotting skin is peeling in several places, revealing long stretches of muscle and bone. You'd guess that this zombie is frequently used as target practice. The fruit and mud stains aside, some of the tears in the skin still have rocks and bits of glass lodged in them. One wicked looking cobblestone is still embedded in the side of its head. Let's examine the graffiti and notices. A number of the leaflets have been ruined by rain, but some of them are still legible. One tacked to his back is from something called the Office of Vermin and Disease Control. The one on his forehead looks like a bill of fare from a restaurant. One on his chest looks like an official notice. Another appears to be some sort of want ad. Okay, let's ignore the notices and examine the graffiti. The graffiti runs from obscenities about the dustmen to slogans glorifying what appears to be local gangs. One piece of graffiti catches your eye. Someone has carved the name Farad on the corpse's left arm, then slashed an X across it. Okay, let's examine the other notices. Let's look at the post from the Office of Vermin and Disease Control. To those hive citizens wishing gainful employ with the most honourable and generous Sigil government, inquire forthwith at Office of Vermin and Disease Control to help stem plague of brain rats. Bounties paid, copper given for each rat tail brought. Tails must be genuine and from rat only. No cat, dog or fiend tail accepted. Office several streets south and west of Mortuary Gate in Lower Hive. Ask for official inspector in charge, the respected Phineas T. Lort. The, 29th or 39th. Okay, let's examine the other notices. Okay, now let's examine the bill of fare. Someone has posted a bill of fare for the Gathering Dust Bar, but the bill of fare cannot be read as the words Smouldering Corpse Bar has been scrawled in charcoal over the bill. Smouldering Corpse Bar. The post. The zombie immediately jerks his left arm upwards and points far to the southeast. A moment later, the arm falls back to its side with a thump. Reminds me of a job I once had. He seems embarrassed. Well, I mean, without the arms. Let's examine the corpse. Let's pry out the cobblestone. You grab a hold of the cobblestone and pull it out of the corpse's head. Traces of brain matter and rotting flesh slowly drip from it. It looks like whatever was in its head turned to ooze long ago. Okay, well then let's leave him in peace. So what did we actually get? Cobblestone. This is a polished cobblestone that was lodged in the zombie's skull. It still has traces of brain matter dripping from it. Okay, that's nice. So let's try to examine him again, just to see if anything's changed. No, okay. So we can leave him be then. Oh, we didn't examine these. Okay, let's examine the official notice. Public notice. By the order of the Judicial Council and in accordance with the citizenry of Sigil, let it be known, those defacing a registered servant of the Dustmen, either by graffiti, malicious act, or by posting notices, will constitute felonious assault, and the perpetrator will be answerable for the vandalism of said servant, by order of the Hall of Speakers. So obviously everybody pays attention to that. Now, let's examine the want ad. Wanted. Able-bodied person willing to investigate a matter of the utmost importance to the Dustman cause will offer suitable compensation upon successful completion of said task. Interested parties inquire with initiate Norochuk. I don't know how. Chuk, maybe Norchuk. Gathering Dust Bar. Okay. Then let's leave the corpse in peace. I think we're done now. So the last thing we're going to do is come over to this person here.
Hike off.
Anna, okay. She doesn't seem very pleased to see us. You see a striking red-haired girl dressed in leather armor. Her right arm is covered with a series of interlocking plates that look as if they were taken from the skin of some creature, and a horned shoulder piece protects her left arm. Oddly enough, she has a tail that is flicking back and forth as you watch. Pike off! Greetings. The girl ignores you. Who are you? The girl sneers, then makes an obscene gesture with her tail. Pike off! You clueless sod! Hey, easy. I just had some questions. Aye? And what is it you want? I can't help but notice that you have a tail. Do I now? The girl looks at her tail. So I do, and here I was thinking that it was a trick of me eye. My, aren't you a sharp cutter? She bares her teeth. Why don't you piss off to whatever hell you crawl out of and leave me be? Me nor me tail is for trade. Jig? Alright, I was just curious. It's just as well. Neither you nor your tail are for sale. You couldn't squeak out a living with him anyway. Nice one, word. What are you about, you blighter? Say it again. He didn't say anything, but I'm still curious. Why do you have a tail? The girl eyes narrow to slits. Are you daft? Can it be that you're dumber than stone, or perhaps you're the power of ignorance? May the Dabbas brick you over and make your street. Look. She's a tiefling, chief. They got some demon's blood in him, and that makes him paranoid and defensive. Nice tail, though. Shame it's plastered on such an ugly body. Whoa, now. You better latch your bone box, your foul-mouthed mimmer, for I splits it from your jaw, jig. Why don't you try and split my jaw, chit? All I'm hearing is a lot of chatter from hive trash. Throw a punch, I dare ya. I'll bite your legs off. That'd be some fight between those two. Enough. Aye, that's right. Leash your mimmer. Tard or I'll bury him with his body, jig. Fine, look, I had some other questions. Okay, so don't ask her about her tail anymore. I'm looking for someone named Farad. Do you know where I can find him? Aye, I might. I might say more if you're sweeten the question, aye? She clicks her tongue and rubs her two fingers together. Jink, jink, aye? Jink, jink? She means money. Oh? Aye. She glances at Mort, then shrugs. What the skull said. Hard coin. Alright, how much? How much is it to know, aye? She studies you, then folds her arms. Come on, I haven't got all day, I haven't. How about 10? That enough? That lump of copper is enough to whet a fated's appetite. You'll be needing more if you want to make friends here, Tard. How about 20 then? Aye, all right then. She pockets the money. It's gone so quickly you have no idea where it vanished to. Look for him in the alley spineward from the mortuary. That's the south and west of mortuary, aye? South and west of mortuary. Thanks, farewell. Okay, so we had some nice chats. And we had her interrupting us again. But that's going to bring us to the end of this particular episode. So from the nameless one, Mort, and the lady with the tail, we really do hope to see all of you next time. Goodbye.